on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Seed with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is digital asset space. Wow, the market it's been going sideways for a minute now, has it not? Wow. Unbelievable, this market. The market is just doing what it does. Goodness gracious. We're going to go over that. What is the value of Songbird? What's the potential of the Songbird token and the platform? I think it is. The potential is unlimited. I'm going to share a little video from Flare Networks today as well. Yeah, my buddy in the comments showed up. I was wondering where he had been gone off to, but he is back. We shall comment to his comments. What else is going on in the market? I wanted to share some stuff from Ron Hammond, kind of keep us updated on what's going on here in the world of politics and crypto. And Brad Garlinghouse, we all know, was on Fox Business. Charlie keeps interrupting Brad while he's talking. Charlie, that's not good, buddy. That's not great manners, my friend. Let Brad finish talking before you interrupt him, my friend. Don't interrupt. All right, guys, listen, we're going to cover that. I think that was it. We're going to go over a little bit of something from a little bit of update, my update and views on Link 2 now that they are on a mission to come up with a way for investing for everyone. I'm excited about that mission, and I believe they will get it done. They'll figure it out. Plus, I think they have also put in some work with Hester Peirce at the SEC to try to get some type of, perhaps some type of sandbox where the retail investors would be able to kind of participate and see how goes it. That, I think that would be great as well. All right, guys, listen, we're going to get into it. This is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. So again, Bitcoin dominance at 40.1%. Yeah, that's not great, my friends. The total cryptocurrency market cap is at 1.82 trillion, 1.82 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is at $38,400. Ethereum is at $2,800. XRP is below 61 cents now, trading at 60.8 cents. Terra Luna is $82. Cardano 77 cents. The market is totally red. Lots of double figure reds. Definitely testing the resolve of hodlers. Opportunity cost in this market is interesting. Something to consider when time is not on your side and time is working against you in a way, right? It's opportunity cost with that. Where else could some of that capital have gone? Interesting stuff there to see. Certainly not in the 401k. 401k is code for Wall Street, is gambling with your money. That's what a 401k is. I hate to break the news to you, but do your homework, do your due diligence on that, and you will find that out. You can start with Barry Dykes' Pirates of the Manhattan, both 1 and 2. There are other good books to tell you the real deal with that. Also, this Elron EGLD token is down 17.9%, trading at $124. So yeah, just look at the double figure reds and the state of the market. But again, sideways movement now for over a year, and I believe a year and a half. And we got the Celsius hit the top 100, and top 100. The number 100 is 900 million, so not even a billion. Interesting stuff to say the freaking least. Interesting stuff all around. The market guys doing what the market does. Someone had a very, very interesting tweet about Songbird. This comes from Steve, Thy Artist Crypto, at Thy Artist Crypto on Twitter. What's the value of Songbird going to be in the future? I don't know, but here's what it would look like if it had the market cap of XRP. And apparently it says market cap of.com. Heard of that site before. Songbird and Ripple. Got it right there, A and B. Select A, select B. Songbird with the market cap of XRP, it says $3.82. Yeah, and it's 6 cents now, something along those lines. Yeah, interesting. That's very, very interesting. So I've used that site before, marketcapof.com. You can kind of compare the two, I guess, and see. Songbird currently trading at 5 cents. Yeah, I got some and wrapped some and delegated some early this morning. Citizens of the future, a blockchain theory, I think that might say. Hey, are you interested in the crypto DLT market? If so, did you know there are red flags that need to be investigated behind the XRP lawsuit from the SEC? It's called a conspiracy, but there's a lot of physical evidence that is being ignored. It's a very interesting thread. We did this for the XRP community because we stand for truth. We stand for unbiased technology, neutral legislation. We know XRP is not a security. The only country in the world that thinks it's a security is the USA because of biased officials in power. It says to see the facts below. First, a big shout out to all the crypto citizens that are standing up and pointing out the red flags behind some SEC officials. This thread and visuals are based on facts from John Deaton and the crypto law website doc library. Disclaimer, this thread is not about bad mouthing or ruining the rep of public figures. This was to show connections of their past and put in a visual format so the citizens can see what needs to be questioned by an investigation into the whole XRP lawsuit. Some nice graphics here. Ripple's a fintech company. XRP, which is Ripple is leading the development of, is not a security in Japan, but a digital asset, and is handled by registered crypto asset exchanges in Japan. That is, of course, a fact. Let me share this one here. I'm not going to go through the whole thread, but I do think this is good. Though the definition is complicated and short, a cryptocurrency which is usable as a payment method to an unspecified person and not denominated in the fiat currencies falls under virtual currency. For example, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Ether, and XRP fall under virtual currencies. This is from the GLI, the Global Legal Insights Blockchain and Cryptocurrency Regulation. So yeah, so this is a really good thread here. Again, I'm not going to go through all of it, but shout out to Citizen of the Future for doing that. We appreciate you taking your time, energy, and resources to do it. And he's got a list of the facts from John E. Deaton's Twitter page as well. So really good thread there that you guys may want to go through and check that out. Citizen of the Future. Nice job. 3 reasons, again, why you want to click up and sign and stay close to link to is Crypto Eddie put this out. Exploring the crowdfunding regulation to open up beyond accredited investor. Again, the reason why I started to say more things positive about Link2 is because they are taking on this mission. It's a big mission, and they're taking it on, and I appreciate that. And they're looking into kind of crowdfunding as a way to let more people into the space, right? Crowdfunding to open up beyond accredited investors, right? I think, where's the tweet that I put out? No, where is it? Did I get rid of it? I might have got rid of it, but I do think that, you know, that mission of everything, investing for everyone is massively important. Don't forget to go to leteveryoneeinvest.com, guys. Don't forget to go to leteveryoneeinvest.com. Listen to Joe here, the COO.
The vision is we're going to digitize all of our investment offerings so that you make your investments in the form of digital tokens that represent basically securities tokens, right? So we'll still be compliant with the SEC. And those tokens will then trade or be tradable on an electronic platform that will, again, have a regulatory license to operate and give our investors not just access to private tech companies in digitized form, but those digitized investments will be liquid. I'm not a big supporter of keeping the investment access, you know, closed to everybody but accredited investors. I think it should be much more open, right?
Yeah, my friend. My friend on the comments. Yeah, it's saying exactly what I said. Not a big fan of keeping access to these pre-IPOs, private or public, to accredited investors, that they should be open to everyone.
Obviously, our SEC in the U.S. has a different view on that, and so we abide by those rules that they've set. But I think that in time, those rules are going to loosen, and they'll allow more people to come in. And even within those rules, we currently at Linkto are looking hard at ways that we can use crowdfunding regulation to open up some amount of access to the general retail public.
Good idea. Good idea. We appreciate you taking on that mission. It is massively important. Take a listen to Hugo here on a part of the whole ecosystem at Flare Networks. Deploy an application once on Flare, right? Get on Flare one time, and because of layer cake and F assets, you can serve all chains. It's a big deal. Last week's community call was full of highlights like this. The full video is here if you missed it. So check out this.
And so we focus on bridging first, but that isn't the sum total of what Flare's amazing FTSO and state connector protocols can do. We really think of a world of interoperability where you can deploy an application once on Flare, and because of layer cake and F assets, you can serve all the chains with a single deployment. Because of layer cake and F assets and the state connector, you can use information from all the chains and from external systems with a single deployment on Flare. And that's really powerful for the industry. Then we think of another type of bridging. That's not real bridging a token, but there's a huge amount of information on Web 2 that's in open APIs. And this allows you to build applications. You can monetize Web 2 on Web 3. And so we call this Web 2 to Web 3 compatibility. We've got some really interesting examples of that. I won't go too much into it, but think of being able to have a free to use game on the internet, but do something with the outcome of that game on a blockchain. So for instance, if you win that game, whoever you were playing against, you may be able to settle some kind of wager that you've had on that game. And these are the kind of examples we're thinking of.
It's a massive deal, Flare Network. Shout out to Hugo and the team. Again, if you guys have not checked out the video, I highly recommend that you do. You can go to @Flare Networks, capital F, capital N, one word, @Flare Networks on Twitter, and find the video for the full thing. Again, I think they shared the faces of 6 to 8 of the people on the team. And of course, Hugo was there as well. And just amazing, amazing stuff, giving us an update on where they are. It's just a massive, massive, massive project that is available for everyone to access. And that, my friends, is really, really cool. Came across this here. I'm not saying to do it or not do it, but this is an interesting thing. Now, this says for Texas, but there are other platforms doing this as well. USDC.homes. Crypto mortgages have arrived in the great state of Texas. Buy a property with just your crypto. Get approved for a mortgage today with nothing but your cryptocurrency. Says their partners are Polygon, CreditFi, and TrueFi. I read a Medium article about this. Yeah. Earlier today, I just found it to be very, very interesting. USDC.homes brings crypto mortgages to Texas homebuyers. Welcome to guiding a new frontier in DeFi, a new frontier in DeFi. You know that thing that gives equal access to everyone? Yeah, that thing. USD Homes is proud to provide borrowers with crypto mortgages funded and repaid in USDC, and enable this monumental use case for the market. For lenders, USDC.homes opens new ways of investing crypto and real estate, and is supported by TrueFi, a protocol for uncollateralized lending by Trust Token. So this is a really, really, very interesting, very interesting article there. I thought I wanted to point it out. So let me go to the comments. My comment friend here. Stop shouting out coins you know nothing about. And then saying, do your own research. So what he's responding, what he or she is saying, that when I say STEPN, which is the GMT token, which has a little something to do with like working out, taking steps, and they reward you in their token. It says, stop, don't do that. Well, what I'm doing is not shouting out the token. What I'm referencing is the price of the token, not the project itself in relation to the market, the price of the token in relation to the market. So I'm not going to start doing it, stop doing that. But, and I do videos. Wait a minute, what happened? And I do videos on projects that I might be interested in. Now, I think I lost the comments. Darn it. I lost his comments now. That's a major bummer. My phone. But yeah, so in any case, I wanted to respond to my commenter on YouTube. But I think what he was also trying to say is, look, you know, he said, do your own homework. I'm glad you finally got to a point where you're doing your own research on LinkedIn, right? So finally got to a point where you're doing research on YouTube. So link to account activation for my friend at YouTube that comments, August 1st of 2020. Link to came out in 2020. Yeah, so I've been doing my research, homework, member since 2020, my friend, since 2020. So let's take a listen to Ron Hammond here on the update status, if you will, on what's going on in Congress. This is some interesting stuff. Ron Hammond says, this week in Congress and crypto, one theme that will dominate the next year of crypto policy is the jurisdictional battle between AG, CFTC, and banking, SEC, agriculture, CFTC, and banking, SEC. There are many views on the matter, ranging from complete jurisdiction, a split regime, and an SRO, which I don't know what that is. So which will it be? While the jurisdictional battle over crypto regulation between the SEC and CFTC has been happening for quite some time, there haven't been many of the same battle lines drawn in Congress and the respective committees. That was until last week, after two significant developments. First came from Patrick McHenry, who confirmed he would move to chair of the Financial Services Committee if the Republicans win the House. Later in the interview, he said, I think you have to have a different regulatory sphere for digital assets that's neither the SEC nor the CFTC. Second development came from the House Agriculture Committee. Agriculture Committee ranking member, Congressman GT Glenn Thompson, who reintroduced a modified and bipartisan Digital Commodity Exchange Act, reintroduced and modified, which would allow crypto trading platforms to register with the CFTC. The significance of these efforts lies not only with the statements and bills, but the power of the members themselves. Both members are the highest ranking Republicans on their committee and will have significant sway over the legislative direction of the committee if the Republicans win. That's why I've been talking to you guys about where are you going to put your vote? Are you going to put your vote where your money is? Are you going to put your vote where perhaps your generational wealth lies? This split in thinking how crypto should be regulated also trickles down to the industry level. Some companies and trade groups think a sole or new regulator makes sense. Others think that an SRO, self-regulated organization, is ideal, probably what SRO stands for. Finally, others aim for an improvement to the current regulatory paradigm. So which approach will win out? The hope is that the best policy does, and many legal experts have written on this subject, so I won't discuss the merits and flaws of each argument in this thread. However, let's look at this issue through the lens of what is politically possible. In order for the scenario to even exist, though, the Republicans need to win in November in the House, and likely the Senate, in order to make real change legislatively on crypto. While now is looking good for Republicans' chances, anything can happen in an election season. Yes, very true. In the likely case, the Republicans have won or both chambers, they're still going to have the Biden administration and agency heads to deal with. That means Congress is going to need to weigh in with both agencies if they tackle this subject. Odds are one won't be happy and fight. For one agency to have complete control means another would need to cede its power in terms of agency jurisdiction and congressional jurisdiction. Like the regulators, Congress likes having more control. Highly unlikely a chair signs off on crypto falling outside their scope. How about creating a whole new agency? In a Republican-led Congress, the odds of that happening are slim to none. The political optics of creating a whole new agency is tough for any Republican. Additionally, it is expected the current agencies would be against losing any crypto oversight. So what about, so I was right. So what about a self-regulating organization? This is a tougher one to map out, as many SROs range in transparency, accountability, role of government regulators, and more. Is it possible? Yes. Will a Republican Congress allow this industry to regulate itself at this stage? That's not likely. So how about the current regulatory structure of the CFTC and SEC? There are obvious issues with the system, many gray areas, and questions that many in the industry need answered. However, smaller targeted reforms are easier to pass than major ones like those mentioned earlier. As I led with earlier, there are benefits and flaws with each proposal, but the political reality facts need to be considered when looking at a Congress that is a different party as the administration. And that's if the Republicans win. Regardless, expect more on this policy battle. Thank you, Ron, for keeping us up to date with that stuff. Let's listen to Charles. Let's listen to Charles Gasparino interrupt Brad Garlinghouse.
Hey, thanks, Charlie.
Brad Garlinghouse, you heard it. The Oracle doesn't like you guys.
The Oracle of Omaha has spoken. You know, look, I think, I remember when I first heard about TikTok, and I just didn't get it. And I do think there are some things about technology shifts and generational shifts that are, you know, it is hard to track sometimes. You and I both, I'm sure, remember Jamie Dimon just a few years ago talked about how Bitcoin's a fraud. You know, has his opinion changed in a way that understanding that whether it's Bitcoin or these other technologies, there's a lot of good to be done in the world.
It's not evil.
It's certainly not evil, and there's a lot of examples where you can use these technologies to make systems that we all depend upon more open, more efficient, and you know, look, I think bettering society. So I'm not going to take the time to try to convince Charlie Munger or Warren Buffett that they're wrong.
How old are they?
I'm not 100% sure, but I've been told they're 91 and 98.
Okay, so we're not going to go there, all right? But in any event, you are the CEO of Ripple, the cross-border payment. It's competing with the SWIFT system, correct?
Correct.
XRP is one of your, I guess, can I say it's one of your currencies? How do I do this?
We talk about it as it's native to our technology stack.
And it's under assault by the SEC.
For sure. The whole industry, in my judgment, is under assault.
But I think if your case, the SEC is saying that it's a security, it's illegal essentially, pay us billions of dollars, and you chose to fight it. Your case will set the stage, set the agenda for the SEC's foray into crypto regulation and how far Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, is going to go. Where's the case right now?
Look, from my point of view, the case has gone quite well. A lot of it has been, skirmishes around discovery and these kind of things. But it's clear that the judge understands that this is an important case. It's going to be, set precedent. We're getting close to summary judgment filings. Everything would be before the judge now by the end of November. What that means in terms of how long the judge will take to review the case.
So it could be this year.
That's an optimistic view, but it's not impossible.
What do you think of Mr. Gensler's approach here? He's a friend, I'm assuming, right?
No, actually, I've never met him. He certainly, I guess the simplest way I'd characterize this, I think when you're a hammer, everything looks like a nail. When you're Gary Gensler at the SEC, everything looks like a security, which doesn't really make sense. And look, he said a lot of things that I just think are talking points that don't really make sense. He says justice delayed is justice denied. Yet they brought this lawsuit against Ripple, and every possible juncture they have sought to delay the case. And our view is like, look, we're trying to move as quickly as we can. We will continue to move as quickly as we can because we think it's very clear.
What do you think he's going to do?
On our side.
What's he going to do with regulation?
Well, I think he clearly wants, in the context that there is uncertainty in the United States federal government about who regulates crypto.
He wants it.
He wants it. He wants it. And I think it's empire building. I mean,
it's empire building. Again, Charlie interrupted him again. It's without question, empire building for sure. For sure. All right, guys, look, I'm going to wrap it up there with that. Shout out to Coin 203. I hope you're well, bro. For sure. And the latest and greatest with Charles and I forget her name. Is it Liz Quayman? I think. But she corrected Charles at the end of this video because he called it doggy coin, and she corrected him. She corrected him. She is sharp. She stays on Charles. And that's good job. Good job. Good job. Yeah. So it's Dogecoin. He called it doggy coin. It's probably because other YouTubers like to call it doggy coin instead of giving it the respect that it deserves. Is Dogecoin. All right, guys. Look, I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this: that old money doesn't want you to win, but that's okay though, because you and I are already winning. Have a great rest of the day, guys. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.